This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's repair, we're going to look at this miniature riding mower here. I guess this is a legitimate riding mower because it's not a lawn tractor. This is one of those little bitty 24-inch Murrays made by MTD. It's not very big. However, these do serve a purpose and a use. You may have a really small yard, but you may not be physically able to push it, or you need to cut into small areas. This right here would do the trick. You don't really see many of these just because of how small they are and that kind of niche market that it's trying to fit into. So what's going on with this one though, I'll give you a look at it before we do it. The guys put a new battery in it. It's sat for a little while. I see that there's water in the gas, so I think we got to drain the gas out, probably clean the carburetor, and then put some fresh gas in. Hopefully this thing will run after that. So I think everything else is good on it. I don't think it's got many hours at all. He's put a brand new battery in it, and it does start. I think I can show you real quick that. So it starts up, but does not dry or does not run at all. It just turns over. So in this video, we're going to see if we can get it back going again. This is just a unique machine. It's not really going to be much to do on this. Just don't really see a lot of mowers like this come in, and I'm trying to highlight some of the unusual things as well in some of my repairs. Even though this mower itself isn't really unusual, you just don't really get them in very much. So give a quick walk around. We'll pull the carb, drain all the gas out. Hopefully that resolves everything on this, and then we'll send it on back to its home with the customer. So like I mentioned, this is the same frame as those 30-inch riding mowers, which are how much now? $1,700? I can't believe that. How much they cost. That's why they don't sell very well, because they're almost as much as if you bought a 42-inch rider or a 38-inch traditional lawn tractor. And it's got this one's got the 875 Briggs and Stratton on it. A lot of the 30-inch ones have like an 11 horsepower. This right here should be adequate for what you need for this machine with that little 24-inch deck. Doesn't really take much to spin that blade around. So what's going on with it? I'll show you the new battery. It doesn't even have a regular battery in it. It has one of these very, very small batteries that have little clips on it. So not very big. Overall, a fairly simple machine. When I looked in here, though, I could see there would be some water in there, and I can smell it, too. He's gone ahead and tried to get it going with, like, putting a spark plug and stuff in it, but that didn't really, obviously, is not going to do anything. It won't even hit on starter fluid, because I think there's so much water in the system that it just will not fire. So if we check the air filter is okay. It's probably the original one. Like I said, I don't think this one has many hours on it. What it looks like I've got to do to get this off, though, again, this is just a push mower engine, pretty much retrofitted onto a rider. So looks like I've got just those two bolts right there to get off, which are a couple of 7/16. Slide this off, and then after that, we should be able just to rip the carb off. So let me get these two bolts off. We'll take this carb off, see how bad the gas is, and then hopefully get this thing back running pretty soon. Well, I'll tell you what, that upper drive belt, after you take that panel off, looks pretty straightforward, doesn't it? literally all right there. So what we're going to do now is take off the fuel line to the carb, which y'all know if it stays on here for a while, it likes to stay stuck. So there we go. And we'll, I mean, I can already see the water in it, so we'll show you all the water here in just a second. Makes you wonder if we could just drain out the bowl of the carb real quick. But I'm sure it needs a thorough cleaning. This pan isn't the dry, or isn't the emptiest, or isn't the driest, but so I'm just going to throw a little sample here right on the pulley so that you can see it. And you see how there's a bunch of beads and stuff on it? And it doesn't even smell like gas. It literally just smells like straight up water. So the biggest telltale sign is how it runs out and how it beads up. Like this right here is just beading up, and you can see right there, like it doesn't even smell like gas. So I'm going to let this drain out into the little pan, and it's definitely taken a while, but get a little bit of air flowing there. That'll sit there for a little while, but that'll give us time to pull this carb off. And what we'll do after the fact here is we'll let it also run itself out of gas, or throw some gas into the, throw some gas into it. But this thing right here looks like it's toast. Can y'all see that? You see how much rust is in there? I mean, that's insane. So what we need now is a 10 mil to get that carb off. We may be putting a carb on this, depending on how bad the water's in it. And this is bad. Oh, it is an 8 still, huh? Man, that's bad. We'll throw it in the ultrasonic to see if that helps anything. I mean, it's just, even the rust in the, man. All the rust in the intake as well. It's bad. It's really bad. So let's get this spring off. I guess did that just go like that? It did. Okay. Just trying to make sure I know how to put it back together after I take it off, right? So that's it there. We're going to let this drain itself out. Probably going to throw a little carb spray in here. Got enough in this. Just to get all that junk out there. Does make you wonder though, since I've done that, will it start on that? We can try. It wants to, but still got a lot of cleaning out to do. Oh yeah. Exciting times, right? So again, there's just a crap ton of water in here. Everything's just fouled up. So let's get this carb off. Hopefully, I mean, nothing's frozen on it. It's just got a bunch of junk in it. So we'll pull a bowl on this and we'll see how bad it really is. And that'll give us an idea as to whether or not we'll be able to save this. Well, there's another telltale sign there. I'm sure I could put a lighter to it and it wouldn't do anything. Because it's like 95% water, I believe. Now, hopefully in here it's not going to be horrendous, because if it is, then we're just going to get you a new car for the machine here. But let's see what we've got. Oh, it actually ain't bad. There's a bunch of surface rust and stuff in it. Especially right here on the top. But that ain't bad at all, actually. So I'm gonna see if I can do is get this pin out here. Kind of wants to move. There we go. Maybe we can get it out this way. There we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, hopefully that's not compromised there. We'll clean that out a little bit. Scrape some of that off. I mean, it doesn't look bad in here. I am pleasantly surprised. Jet looks okay. We're just gonna spray a little bit of stuff here. Get a new bottle of carb spray. We're gonna do our best to not get it on this gasket, this bowl gasket here. But we're just gonna spray it all up through here. We should be able to do this because the rubber needle is, the needle's the rubber piece in this and not the seat. There is a ton of water in this. Like, I can't even describe to you how much water's in it. It's like 95 to 100% water. So we're just gonna spray a couple of areas here, because we've got to get all the water out of everything here. And so alright, you can already see some of the rust going away too, right there. Good. So this is already looking a lot better. Give it a quick spritz on the jet here as well. Okay, and a little bit on that. I mean, honestly, we shouldn't need that much here. It looks surprisingly good, actually. Just need to clean it and dry it out of the carb bowl itself here. And so we did that. We just need to dry some stuff up, so I need to push it through here as well. All the passages appear to be clear, which is good. We've got a little bit of rust up here at the top. I may just see if I can scrape that out a little bit. I have that ultrasonic, but I don't necessarily think I need to put it in there. So we'll scrape it out, scrape some of that rust out. Luckily, it's just surface rust. I think we caught it in time before it really got bad. So that's a plus. So now what I'll do, I'm just gonna clean it all out of the bowl here. And I think that'll do it for us. It's not really any way to get those right again, but what I can do, since I've already cleaned everything out, we can take the needle, put it back in. Right there at the end of the previous clip, y'all saw a little bit of a fire going because it was interacting. The water was interacting with the plug and the gas, and that's a very common occurrence when that happens. So, but yeah, so we got that going on, and then we'll put the bowl and the bowl nut back on, and we'll be done here in just a second. All right, I went ahead and put it all back together. What I did is I let the gas drain out completely. I the water. I then put some gas in and let it run the remainder out just to get any potential water that was in the fuel still out. Hopefully I got it all, because I didn't want to remove this whole shroud and everything just to remove the gas tank to flush it out. So I think I got it. I do need to put one bolt in, and then we're going to see if we can start it for the gas tank back here. So let me get that back on. I was going to take it off originally, but then I said I'll just flush it out, put a little bit of fresh gas in it, and let it flush its way out a little bit. So I'm going to slide this bolt back in underneath. It goes in just like the old Quantum gas tanks did. Got a little brace at the bottom here, so. Just like that. So, get this garage open. And we'll see if this thing will start up for us. The plug might be fouled. You might have to pull the plug on it, but hopefully not. This is an auto choke too, so that's kind of cool. Let's see, park brake. May have to give it a little encouragement. Alright, let's see if that'll do it. Not yet. I think I'm going to have to pull the plug. I think the plug may have gotten fouled with stuff. So let's do that here. very quickly. Right down here. Oh my gosh. That plug was tight, that's for sure. Wow. This is automotive spark plug because he said that the Briggs was like $6, and then the cross reference to the AC Delco, I guess, is what he's got here. Was significantly less. Or no, auto light. So, oh yeah. So that'll prevent us from starting on it. So let me see if I can. I tell you what, I'm just gonna throw a plug in it for him. I'm gonna get a plug in it, the new plug. We'll see if that'll work. All right, so actually just using the same plug, a little bit of carb spray, got it all sorted there. So as you can see, I did a little bit of carb spray inside the spark plug hole as well, just to get rid of any potential rust, surface rust buildup that happened there. So we're gonna get this back on. Hope these threads aren't compromised from how tight that plug was. I hope you didn't cross thread the thing. No, it's just a little. There we go. Okay. You don't have to tighten the mess out of those plugs. You just gotta ease it in. So, all right, let's see what we got now. Hopefully something. Still nothing. Still nothing. Let's see if we got spark. With a spark tester. All right, let's see. I think we just flooded the mess out of it. It acts like it wants to, but it won't. It will not go. Acts like it wants to try. I think there's just a lot of rust in the system and it's got to flush itself out. All right. This thing wants to fight, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to keep working on this and see what it is. I guess it's just got so much rust in it that it may have screwed that plug up. So I'm going to check that, and I might actually put a new plug in it this time to see. But kind of crazy. like it wants to. It just won't go. Yeah, see, it's still fouling up the plug a little bit. So I'm going to work on this just a little bit more and see if we can get all the rust and stuff cleared out of it, and we'll see if we can get this thing to start for us. All right, so this thing is not even trying to hit for some reason. The only thing I can think of is that it could be valve related. So what I'm going to do is pull the valve cover, because it's getting good, fresh, clean gas. It's getting spark. So it's getting all the essentials. So I'll pull this, and I'll get these last two bolts out and see what we've got. Because I am seeing it trying to shoot out the carb a little bit. So I'm wondering if it's trying to... I wonder if one of the valves isn't opening properly. Or having some sort of valve issue with it. So let me get this last bolt out here. A little bit of tight quarters here. I think if I can get it to run, it'll probably clear itself out of all that little bit of residual rust we had. There's really no good way to turn this by hand either. So I'm just going to check, like I said, just check the valve clearances and stuff, just to make sure we're all good there. They actually feel tight. That one feels, they both feel a little tight actually. So let me see. No oil came out, which is good. Let's see if I can turn this engine a little bit. So that's there. And that valve, well, let's just turn it over a couple times. See how everything looks here. Gosh, those clearances look good too. This is a little frustrating, y'all. It's doing everything it needs to, but it will not fire for some reason. The gas in it smells good. I've done carb spray right down the throat, and it still won't hit. I wouldn't think the timing would be off. Wow. I guess I'll keep going here. I mean, they feel like they're okay. So, they've got a little bit of looseness in them whenever they're full on out. Unless one of them is trying to stick. Or we're flooding it while we're trying to start it. So what I might do, okay, so I'm a little puzzled here, y'all. Should be no reason why it shouldn't start here. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drain the bowl out one more time. Get this out of down here so we don't. I mean, the gas smells good. Smelled good. know this is not the probably the OSHA approved way to do this, but now what I'll do, I'll just see. I might try to turn it over a couple times, see if it'll hit. It really sounds like it's trying. That actually sounded like it wanted to go there. No, that's probably going to try and go through the... This is crazy. We're about to run out of battery too. Yeah, might as well throw this thing on the charger because it is not, man, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense unless it's timing related. Because the valves are good. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll keep on working here. Well, I ran that battery out, so I made some makeshift battery cables. Again, they're both red, but I can decipher negative from positive because of where they connect. But what I did is I just threw a regular lawn and garden battery on it. And we're finally getting something, y'all. Let me pull this out here so that you can see this. We're going to spray a little carb spray in here and turn it over because I checked the gas that was coming out, and the cup's a little dirty, but the gas itself has got about 10% ethanol in it, so that's about what it needs to be for regular pump gas. So let's see here. Yay! I'm going to do this a couple more times before I throw the carb back on. Yay! Alright, so, sorry, that was a little bit of a battle there. So I'm going to put the carb back on now. Everything looked clean and clear out of the carb too, so it's like, well... like, what are we doing here? So I think there was just so much junk in that engine that it just had to clear itself out. That's the only thing I can figure. So you might as well hang out with me while I do this. Watch it not work now. After all that. Oh, tools strode everywhere. Y'all gotta love it, right? Alright, spring is back on. Just need to find the 8mm socket, which may be a task, but we'll just get 5/16. We'll clean this garage up here in a second. This is just atrocious. Okay. Make sure we're getting good gas flow again still. Okay, we are. So, there. Let's doing that, but let's make sure that it seals up here. I think it's sealed up. Didn't want to seal there for a second. Alright, so let it do its thing here for a second. Hopefully this thing won't take off like an airplane. It shouldn't. I think I got it all hooked back up right. Alright, let's see. Goodness. That was one of the worst ones I've had to get running again. Because everything was in there. Clean gas. We even sprayed it straight down the throat of the carb. And it did not want to go until I pulled the carb back off of it. So, but the gas came out, from what I could tell, looked good. So it's just like my goodness. But all right, so air filter. Okay, now will it start up again? We do need to let it run for a little bit just to, because get everything working and flowing again. Also, we can probably pull it out here. Oh, come on. Got the battery back in it, and hopefully, I mean, it's still running good. And surge, but remember, this doesn't have any load on it right now, so, but as soon as I put a load on it, be hunting all day long to fix that small surge. Y'all know how these things got to be like perfect. But while y'all are here, we'll go out and kind of blow some of these pine pollen things around. Might as well, right? If y'all saw my update video, it's been a little busy around here. There we go, a little 24-inch deck. Actually blows out halfway decent for what it is. Not too bad of a machine. Tell y'all what though, this is one of the worst carb blades I've done in a while that were fault me the whole time, it felt like. So. But you see it's doing alright. Clean driveway at least, right? I think it just needs to be run for a little bit. Pull that carb bowl off one more time to clean that jet out, just for extra measure. Well, I drained it, cleaned out the jet one more time, and it's still doing just a little bit. It is a little bit better, so we're going to let it I think we're going to let it be like that. We're going to make sure it starts in the morning, and then we'll send it back to the owner. Alright, so that's everything on this 24-inch Murray riding mower, excuse me. Rear engine. We fought the carb a little bit, but we finally got it, so it's good. Still has that very, very tiny surge, which I wish I could get, but I literally could be sitting here all day trying to just get rid of that one little thing. It always starts, restarts, runs good, cuts fine. Like I said, it really doesn't have a lot of hours on it because it's been sitting for the most part since it has been bought. Maybe been used a couple of seasons, but it'll be back up backup mower for this guy. He's got a 38-inch Murray lawn tractor, and this one's also his, and he wanted to get it back up and going again. And we have done that for him successfully. We had to fight a lot of water battles. I don't know, I guess there was just so much built up rust, surface rust, it kept messing the plug up and messing up the gas ratio. I'm not completely sure, but it wasn't making it work very well. I know that. Finally pulling that carb off, spraying carb spray directly into it, got everything cleaned out enough to where it's actually running good now, or it would actually run, and then we put the carb back on, and now it's running on its own, which is good. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video of a carb or fuel system with a bunch of water in it that we had to get out of. Not a lot doing on this. Just wanted to show y'all because, I mean, this is like the smallest riding mower you can buy, right? 24-inch cut. Of course, there's a market for everything, right? So thanks again for watching this repair video. Hopefully you found it helpful. And these little Briggs 875s, seems like it's got enough power to propel this thing, so that's good, and should, you know, work hopefully for a little while longer for the guy whenever he needs it. Just got to keep the water out of the tank and store it so that it doesn't get water in the tank. Thanks again, guys. I'm gonna clean up my garage here. Thanks as always for the support, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.